The context of design thinking is innovation. And contrary to the name design thinking, it's not just about thinking, something that you do with your head, but it's about a holistic experience, something that attaches you as a person. It's about emotions, it's about engaging with other people and doing something with your hands. And that's part of the learning. You cannot just think about it, read about it, reflect about it, but you have to do it as part of the experience.
I've learned in this design thinking workshop to empathize more with whoever I'm talking with.
You learn how to come up with ideas or just how to get the feeling what is important for your product.
One other thing, by the way, I like my job so much that I get really excited sometimes and I start to speak really fast. I've been educated in a very traditional, analytical way. So I went to Stanford University, which is kind of the capital of big brains. And there was a point where I was getting a little worried of did I choose the right degree or the right career. But while I was still there, I was exposed suddenly to this more creative, artistic, emotional way of approaching problems. Fortunately, quite recently, we're starting to realize that human beings are much more complex animals than just simply counting and data-driven individuals. And so now design thinking is sort of reminding us that we also have this right side of the brain, which connects emotionally and creatively with other people. And so empathy is a key thing to design thinking.
I think what surprised me the most was that you can learn a lot about yourself. This whole empathy thing was incredible, all those questions. You really start to get in touch with people that you kind of worked with or studied with, but you didn't really know them, and it's so easy to connect with them when you have, like a guideline.
And so they've been going through exercises starting from like interviews, like how to actually interview someone and learn as much as possible in a very short period of time, right? They'll be building stuff afterwards, and so they're also going to be focusing on this rapid prototyping. They're also ideating, and so this is where the traditional brainstorming techniques come, where you take out Post-its and you come up with very wild ideas. So it's essentially taking them through all the steps of design thinking, but always with a very practical and hands-on perspective.
We had to draw the face of the person opposite to ourselves. The first thing I thought is, oh my god, I'm gonna screw this so much because I can't draw at all, I'm so bad at this. And actually it went pretty good. I think it wasn't really about making the other person look good, but about watching the other person and what comes to your mind when you see the other person. We did also look into each other's eyes, like for 4 minutes.
It was difficult at the beginning because you didn't expect that. I've never did that before, even with my closest friends or family, you actually never do this. But at the end it was actually comfortable.
We both had this calm, serene expression on our faces, I think, when we looked into each other's eyes.
The other thing that was funny was that we began mirroring each other. So when she tilted her face, I did too, and when she had to smile, I had to smile too.
Once you've spent time empathizing and trying to connect emotionally and personally with people, then the idea is to take those lessons and turn them into reality. And the way we do that is through rapid prototyping, which is basically a process that helps us take kind of very subjective ideas, right? Kind of ideas are fluffy and they're literally nowhere, right? To take those ideas and turn them into something tangible, objective, and real.
Our favorite exercise was the creating of new ideas, this cross-pollination, because there were quite funny results.
Okay, so now we're going to challenge you guys to come up with your own sets of creative ideas, and we're going to give you the chance to do some cross-pollination. So what's going to happen is we're going to hand out a roll of pictures. Take them all out, spread them on the table, and try and combine the different pictures to come up with new ideas. Be as creative as possible and cross-pollinate these ideas. Anything goes, anything's allowed, just use the ideas as inspiration.
And then finally, it's a very iterative process, which means that we repeat the process over and over again. In design thinking, there's a lot of mess going on. Right? But we believe that in that mess and in that iterative process, that's where the learning is. And if you just stop as soon as you fail for the first time, you're not going to get anywhere, right? But this is also very social, right? I know that Germans are not used to failing, right? Germans are the classic society where perfectionism, right? Everything needs to be really, really, really well done. And my message is, okay, that's great, right? Because eventually you will get things really, really well done. But in the process, you need to be a little bit more comfortable with this sort of ambiguous and fail-prone environment, right? And once you've implemented the empathy, the rapid prototyping, and this ambiguity, the results are astonishing many times, right?